First up are the eDNA results from the most recent samples that we collected at those odd-looking nests in Northern California. We got small hits of Sumatran orang DNA.
Wow.
Wait, are you saying orang is in orangutan?
Exactly, which is just as surprising as our chimp findings. However, I will qualify it by saying that the hits were not nearly as many as we did with the chimpanzee DNA initially. I do think that it's interesting that it would be orangutan because I've read about Gigantopithecus, which orangs are a direct descendant of.
Gigantopithecus is a genus of massive apes that went extinct as recently as 100,000 years ago. Scientists approximate that it stood 9 feet tall, leading many researchers to believe Bigfoot may be related to the ancient primate.
That's surprising to hear that orang came up in that result.
Yeah, I'd say.
I have a friend of mine who has done a lot of research in Sumatra looking for the orang pandek. When you said that, it seems like such a unique hit for such a unique area.
Let me ask you this, Maria. Were there any other markers or indicators that overshadowed this orang indication? In other words, did it conclusively say what made those nests?
I'm afraid it didn't, but there were some strange findings. The one that really caught my attention was human DNA. Not enough for me to say this significantly means something, but it did make me raise an eyebrow that that was picked up on there.
Do you remember those deployable trackers that you set out in Northern California?
Oh man, how could I forget it? Of course I remember that.
I know I'm on the trail of whatever that thing was.
Using a sophisticated tracking device, Russell pursued a potential Bigfoot through the Northern California forest.
We're right on top of it, man. Is it in a tree? Do you see anything up there?
Pretty good, man.
Come here, look at this. There's my tracker. You gotta be kidding me.
That's the closest I've ever come to chasing this thing down, and now it's gone.
There's hair on that. There's hair right there. It's black hair.
And this thing would move so quickly and get back out of range that I couldn't keep up with it. There was no way. And I'm not too slow in the woods if I've just got my small backpack on. It was almost like it knew when it would come within range because my activity would maybe alert it that I was coming closer and it could hear me. I don't know. But that thing literally outmaneuvered me every step of the way.
It did. It seemed like it was leading you on some type of wild goose chase. I got the test results back from the lab, and I don't know how you'll feel about this or if it will surprise you or not, but the results...
Is it the one? It's the one that we actually
This is the one that you found the hair on, which I thought, you know, of course there's going to be a hair on it, because obviously whatever it was picked this tracker up. Well, the test results came back. This is what could only be described as... Test results came back as human.
I can't think of any human on the planet that could have done what that thing was doing.
That's crazy.
Hey, Bryce, what's going on?
This is unexpected. What's up?
Hey guys, you just caught me on campus in between classes. What's going on?
Well, look, I'm glad I got you all on. As you know, I was still waiting on a few different lab results. Do you guys remember those hair samples that we took near those nests in Northern California?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Well, the lab results are back, and they're somewhat shocking. So, although the DNA was kind of degraded, they were able to make a determination of species. And get this, that species is wolf.
Oh, wow.
What?
Listen, that's not even the amazing part. They were actually able to determine that it was a subspecies of wolf known as the Alexander Archipelago wolf, which only lives in one place, southeastern Alaska.
Whoa. Huh.
It begs the question, you know, how did that hair get from Alaska to Northern California? Maria, do we know anything about these types of wolves? Do they migrate?
They don't. And I know this animal. There's only a few hundred of these left in the wild. So if this test result is accurate and that's the animal that we're talking about, there's a 0 chance that it would make its way to California.
Wow. You know what? We do have that story from that witness that described a Bigfoot creature wearing what looked like an animal pelt over its hair or fur.
It was wearing like a deer carcass or something around it, like a cape or a shawl.
Maybe these creatures are camouflaging themselves, using parts of their environment.
I mean, it certainly would make sense as to how that hair ended up in California if a Bigfoot was migrating from Alaska to California carrying or wearing this pelt.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't know that I subscribe to this pelt theory, but the fact is something would have had to have brought that hair, that animal to California. I don't know what the answer to that is.